Happy Sunday, everybody. This is the All About Favor word for the day, and I am your host, Pastor KZ. And I want to share with you, just give you some scriptures that you can read in your leisure from the Old Testament book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verses 5 through 16. 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verses 5 through 16, and turn over to 1 Samuel chapter 19 verses 1 through 7 and verses 9 through 11. I'm going to let you read that in your leisure, and for the process of time, I just want to tell you a little bit about what the word for today is about. In looking at these scriptures, I just want you to understand that from the time that David was there with Saul, Saul watched him very carefully, and the scripture says he kept a jealous, evil eye on David. And it says, the key here, in everything David did, he had great success, because the Lord was with him. Oh, come on. I'm telling you right now, somebody got an evil eye. They watching you, but everything you do, they can't stop you, because God got his hands on you, and you will have much success. I want you, if you're sitting in the confines of your own home and you around your family, your husband there, your wife there, your kids are there, I want you to say this. I got to tell you something. Somebody is jealous of your favor. Somebody is jealous of your favor. You know something? Somebody has a problem with God blessing you. Yeah, somebody don't like that. Somebody has a problem with God blessing you. They underestimated your worth, but God favored you. See, when God begins opening up doors for you and you start getting breakthroughs that people didn't think you could get, they think you don't deserve them. You get jobs that you're really not even qualified for. You get healed from diseases that are in the end stage. Your child or your children start getting opportunities that some people say they're not eligible for. It's that favor on you. It's the blessing of God on you. Your household starts getting blessed because of the favor that is surrounding you. Why is that? Because you are fit, you are chosen, and you are favored. Don't you know when God favors you, people start paying attention to you? That's what was going on with David. Saul didn't understand it, but the hand of God was on David, and everywhere he walked, and Saul just couldn't stand it. The people started looking at David like he was the man, and Saul like, no, ain't but one man, and I'm that man. See, you got to understand, when God promotes you, when he promotes you, oh, at some point you got to stand your ground, because your enemy is watching you. I didn't get no help from you. Let me say it again. God, when he promotes you, sometime you got to stand your ground, because your enemy is watching you. Y'all feel what I'm saying? See, when God elevates you, jealousy will follow. When God elevates you, jealousy will follow. See, David was getting elevated. He was getting elevated, and the King Saul, did not like that. He was so jealous of him. Everywhere he went, he was watching him. Don't you know somebody watching you? I want to tell somebody today, God has already spoken it into existence. He knows what you're going to be. He knew who you were when he formed you in your mother's womb. See, let me move to something else. In our scripture lesson that I've given you to read a little bit later, we find that David had just killed Goliath. But that victory was short-lived. David went from the highest pinnacle of success all the way down to the lowest point of despair. David was, going through something. You understand something? Just before the breakthrough comes, all hell breaks loose. Now, no one believed that David could defeat this giant. And can I say this? I need to pause for a moment. Somebody watching, you dealing with a giant. You have encountered a giant that you don't even know exists. You think this person is mild and meek. See, he's not like Goliath, shown who he really is. Some of you have a giant that you don't even know. Oh, think about that for a minute. Put that in your thought process. See, there's some hidden giants. But you know what? You're going to defeat them. There's some hidden giants watching you. There's some people just like King Saul, got an evil eye on you. But in order to get to you, they got to get close to you. That was a word right there. That was a word for somebody right there. And what's weird is when people feel that you are a threat to them, they got to move you out. How do they do that, Pastor KZ? I'm nobody. I'm nothing. When they see everything you do, you can't be stopped. When they see everywhere you go, people love on you, they admire you, you are a success, you are a threat. You are a threat. I will say this right now. Pastor KZ, I'm a threat. Not because of anything about me or anything I can do or have done, but because I have the favor of God on my life. And it doesn't matter what anyone say about me, what anyone talk against me, anybody pray against me. I have God's favor, and when God's favor has surrounded me, you can't touch me. That's why I wake up every morning and I put on my clothes. What clothes we talking? The whole armor of God. Don't leave home without your whole armor of God. So some of you got the favor of God and you are a threat. Yeah, your favor is a threat. But the thing is how you deal with people who have a problem with you. Let me say this. Some people don't like it when you are humble. They don't like it when you don't seem to be rattled by their shadiness. They don't like it when you don't respond to their messy comments about you. As I told you before, there's some comments just not even worth your time dealing with, because the problem is not you. The problem is them. Something about themselves they don't like. And then some of them just have this hidden, deep-seated anger or animosity or bitterness going on inside them. Some people have some animosity against you that you don't even know about. Something happened 40 years ago and they still carrying that in their heart. Honey, if you got something in your heart against me even 5 years ago, I'm not even going to address it. I'm not going to address it, because if you haven't addressed it by now, don't come to me with that, because you know what? I'm not that person anymore. God has elevated me spiritually, and I'm not finna walk in pettiness, messiness, and that kind of stuff. And I'm telling somebody today, don't you do it, because you know what? You got a David spirit on you. Everywhere you go, God, you will find great success because the Lord is with you. And as I conclude my word for today, always remember, you got the favor of God upon you, and some people don't like that, but you gonna make it. You're gonna make it. I know sometimes as David Cage got rattled a few times, David got knocked down, but you know what? He found the strength to call on the name of the Lord, and God elevated him. He picked him back up. So I'm telling you, I don't care how low you fall, how bad you feel emotionally, how much people talk about you and hurt your feelings and break your heart. God is on your side because you have his favor. Do not ever give up. Find strength in the Lord to get back up no matter what. And don't worry about what the haters say. Haters gonna hate. That's what they do. Everything somebody say about you, you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to prove anything to anybody, because they are not your final judge. Because one day we all gonna stand before the final judge, and he is going to be the one to determine where we go. Man can't determine. I'm getting caught up. Man cannot determine where you go. And I'm so grateful to God that people can't judge me, that people can't condemn me and put me anywhere, because I'm working to go to a place that's better than this place. Because this world is not our home. And in spite of the evil eyes that's been on me, in spite of the evil eyes that's on you, in spite of the lies that's being told about you, in spite of the people who talk about you and try to down your children, pray against your family, people who want to hurt you, keep getting back up. Because God is on your side. He's on your side and he knows all about you. Don't give up. This concludes the word of the day. I'll see you back tomorrow. Be blessed and walk in favor.